Hi, I'm Bill Holland, principal founder of College to Career Catalyst, a brand new firm that in some respects has been around a long time. We are absolutely passionate about the career success of kids. And one of the big issues today is that how kids become successful, how they transition from college to career has changed. And one of the things we want to do is to make sure that we take our knowledge and expertise and get it into the hands of parents, as many parents as possible, at little or no cost to them. And that's what this video is about. It's free of charge, and hopefully you will find that it has valuable information that you can take and become a more effective career counselor for your kids. Now you might ask, why parents and why not talk to the kids? We believe, and we have information that demonstrates, that parents are the most influential partners in the career management process for their kids. So we're largely talking to you, giving you the tools to use as you move forward. We're going to talk a little bit about what has changed, why it's changed, but more importantly, what you can do about it. So what has changed? It used to be, and you've heard this before, it used to be that if you had a college degree, practically any degree, you had a well-paying professional job if you wanted one. Those days are over. And they're over at a time when the cost of education is higher than it's ever been. Parents are routinely borrowing to pay for the education of their kids. Student debt is at an all-time high, and the number of kids who are moving back home after college because they cannot afford to do otherwise is at an all-time high. So that's what's happening. The next question is why? Without spending a lot of time on that, there are two primary factors, and there are many others, of course. But it has a lot to do with globalization. Goods can be produced anywhere in the world and delivered on a just-in-time basis, and technology. Fewer jobs producing more output. At a time when the world's population is becoming more educated and more competitive. The competition that we saw when we came out of school bears little resemblance to what the kids today are experiencing. And as a result, many CEOs believe our kids are not ready for the job market. The question is then, what can you do about it? Consider that the path from college to career has changed dramatically. And that change prompted my firm to sit down and reconfigure what that path today looks like. And to make it as easily understandable as possible, we use the word path to indicate some of the things that you should be thinking about as you begin to counsel your child. P stands, for example, for partnership. A stands for understanding the rudiments of academic and career success. T, which is what we're going to talk about the most in a minute, stands for how to treat college as a four-year job search. And H is for hear to be heard. That is, learn how to talk about things that are of interest to the kids so they will hear more clearly what you're trying to say. But let's focus on that T. People say to me, or their parents ask, if you could tell me one thing to do to be more effective in making sure that when my kid gets through with the university or gets through with college, they are job ready, that they will have the kind of profile that employers will find attractive, what would that be? And I say to them, the one thing that you can do, and it's going to sound very simple, but I assure you, it is extraordinarily powerful. You and your student are advised to visit the Career Service Center on campus together. You say, well, why together? Because it will give you a common knowledge base to talk about where that student is headed down the line. Why together? Because both of you will then learn about the one place on campus that is solely responsible for making sure your student can make the transition from college to career. There are a lot of things going on in that office, and it behooves you to understand what those things are and how they communicate with your student. And if you can, get yourself into the communication loop. You'll learn about internships and externships and when to apply. And that's the one thing you want to get out of that visit. But let me go a step beyond that, because this is something that I haven't read anyplace else, and it's this. Be sure you ask who visits campus to recruit kids that look like mine, that have the same kind of preparation that my student has. And that will give you an understanding of the companies that are coming to campus to recruit English majors, political science majors, math majors, engineering majors, and find out how much they pay. Go one step beyond that. Also ask for the job descriptions that they leave on campus for students to take a look at before they interview. That will tell you precisely what they are looking for. You then have the next 4 years, if you do it early, to counsel your student to develop the kind of profile, to engage in the kinds of activities that will give them the profile that employers will find attractive once they graduate. What if they don't have a major? Don't worry about that. Ask the question, who comes to campus to recruit majors where there is no specified major? Find out what they are looking for. And then almost any direction your student turns will lead to a profile that makes sense for them and that employers have told you they are interested in. Now, is there more to this? There's a lot more. But it is critically important. In fact, we call a visit to the Career Services Center a mission-critical visit. So make that visit, learn all you can, and get those position descriptions. If you don't like the salaries that you see, or your student doesn't like the salaries they see, now is a good time for them to turn in another direction. But at least they are turning in another direction based on information. Well, I hope you found this helpful. We've talked to several parents who have taken this advice and used it. Some of you will find that this is enough to get you started and you really don't need any more. Others of you may want to hear more. And you can do that by taking one of our courses. You can do that by reading my book called The Path from Backpack to Briefcase, A Parent's Guide. Our commitment is the career success of your child. Join us in participating.